Men's Health magazine is apologizing after they published a piece talking about how men can communicate to women about sports. Now, apparently, right after they published it, they realized that it was going to get a lot of criticism because they took it down. It's nowhere to be found on any website, and also they took it off of their social media sites. Now, what the hell was the article about? First of all, it was written by a woman by the name of Teresa Sabga, and the title of the piece was "The Secret to Talking Sports with Any Woman." The secret to talking sports with any woman, okay, the things that might interest you are unlikely to interest her, but you can still make a connection. Here's how. Okay, so so it starts off that way. To be honest with you, I'm a woman already. Like, I'm not really offended. I'm like, okay, cool, make your case. Like, what is it? I don't like sports. I know that there are a lot of women who do like sports just as much, if not more, than men. But you know, as I read that, I'm like, oh, okay, well, how are you going to do that?
Okay, all right, so it did work for you.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, and then you read more. Not all women share your passion for sports. In case you hadn't noticed, the reason, they need storylines.
Okay, but so everybody's, yeah, of course, you know. And sound the sirens, we might have sexism. Everybody charge.
So let me give you a better sense of what the article is about. So it talks about the different things that, you know, really speak to men versus women, right? And so the argument in the article is men like stats where women like the drama, right? Which is kind of true.
Yeah, I mean,
look, it's true for me, but it's not true of all women. I think that's the big problem with the article. I think it generalizes women, and I think that makes people feel uncomfortable, which is why they realized it was wrong and they took it down.
Okay, now, look, all she needed was a little disclaimer at the top. Of course, this doesn't apply to all women, get off my ass, okay? And then we could go on with the rest of our lives. So she should have done something along those lines. Of course, you can't overgeneralize. Of course, there are women who love sports, etc. But the reason they write it in Men's Health is because a lot of guys have this situation where they want to enjoy the game with their, you know, loved one, and a lot of women aren't into it, and they want to show them how to get them into it. It's probably a dumb idea to begin with, right? There's no need to go in that direction.
Yeah, it was a dumb article.
Yeah, but there was no need to, like, you know, set everybody on fire. Like, fire everybody in the building, right? Okay.
And also, look, it's definitely insulting to women who are sports fanatics. So I think of one of my really good friends. She's been on The Point several times, Jenny Churchill. She is a sports fanatic, okay?
If you say so. Okay.
She cares about the stats, does not care about the storylines behind the scenes, what the athletes are like outside the field, does not care at all. Like, she pays close attention. So yes, I can see why this would be insulting to some women. But there are other women out there like me who are fascinated by the lives of these athletes and what happens behind the scenes.
And that's why in the Olympics they go nuts. Oh, then his grandmother died, and then the grandmother's dog died. Oh my God! And yes, that draws more female audience, but it also draws male audience, and and look, guys.
Everyone loves drama.
Everybody loves drama.
Let's please stop pretending that women are the only ones who gossip.
Right.
Okay? And everyone gossips and everyone loves it.
No question about it. Yeah. And maybe men like slightly different drama. Like, so Richard Sherman said he's the best cornerback in the league, and he, you know, showed up the other team. Oh, drums! What should happen to Richard Sherman? Is he a thug? Is he not a thug? Right? Come on. What does that have to do with stats? Right?
Yeah.
So men like that drama. Give me a break. The whole point of football is that they both clash against one another, and the game, all the games, are for drama. That's the whole point.
Clash.
Yeah. The Sunday NFL Countdown thing, they do these stories they start like 5 a.m. first of all for West Coast. So they go for like 4 hours. They have to talk about personal pieces and talk about people's personal life and what they went through. Everyone that watches football and has done it for years knows Jim Kelly has cancer and has been battling, and they're all on his side. That's why everywhere he goes, he gets standing ovations, because it's inspiring. He's fighting. Everyone loved Jim Kelly. You don't know who he is, but if you've seen all these stories, you'd know who he is. It's his main story now,
I want to know about
Everyone
him now.
knows Drew Brees. I mean, it wasn't Drew Brees, but certain guys said their kids had diseases and had to fight through certain things. Everyone knows these things. So, and guys know it too. And the bullshit in saying that, oh yeah, you like the storylines, you're such a girl. We just talked about Adrian Peterson beating his kids. We talked about the domestic violence things. When the negative stories about their personal lives, we all give a shit, and we're changing what we think about this guy on the field. Now when Adrian Peterson runs the football, there will be boos. Before, there wasn't, but we care about the personal life. If it's a positive story, it's not girly to care about that, and it's also not girly to care about it when it's a negative thing. So it's always sports stories where people want to act like I'm the better sports fan. I don't care about his life. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you do.
I hear you. So your point about Adrian Peterson, Ray Rice, et cetera, is pretty much indisputable. So correct, all right? But I'm the bad guy. I really don't care about like all the like different problems in their life. Like, I'm just gonna say something terrible. Jim Kelly, the cancer, and that's something he's wrestling with. God bless his heart, right? But what does it have to do with my life? He doesn't even play football anymore.
Look, athletes are celebrities, and I think it's the same thing that you see with pop culture news and celebrity gossip, right? I mean, you don't really see that many articles and stories about how talented a celebrity is or how their role was in this movie, whether or not the movie was good. You see a lot of stuff about their personal lives. That's because they're celebrities and people just want to know what they're like when they're not doing their job.
And of course, it depends if you're a fan or not. So when Junior Seau killed himself, since I was a fan of Junior Seau, that hit me a lot harder, right? And then I was like, oh, that sucks. Why did that happen, et cetera, right? But when I promise you that whenever there's a story about somebody's kid, I'm like, boom, change the channel. Don't care about your kids. Because like then you're gonna get me sucked in and then I'm gonna be worried about should I make the bet against the Chargers because I don't know, they're playing the Bills and the Bill has one of the punter of the Bills is a kid who's sick. Am I gonna be a bad guy, root against him? I mean, whatever. Just leave your kids at home. We're playing football here.